I want you to make a poster showing me how do I convert them? How do I make improper fractions? If you give me a mixed number, how do I make them? You're going to have to, you can use your notes, okay? But think if you were trying to teach a third grader how to do this, what would you say to them? What would be a good poster to hang in the room? We're going to end up taking pictures of these and putting them on our Padlet. So in the hallway with me, you're going to be doing explain everything, and I'll show you where you've got, once again, a template that you're going to follow, where you're going to work through a problem so that if you were to show it to little brother, little sister, they should be able to learn how to do this.
I think technology has changed my classroom a lot. My learning objectives are still the same. It's just that the students have more tools available to them to meet that learning objective. And I think that's really important to keep in mind. If my objective for the day is for students to be able to convert improper fractions into mixed numbers, that doesn't change. It's just that the things that are made available to them have changed, but the actual learning objective itself remains the same.
Because you're doing the cartwheel method.
Yeah, we're doing the cartwheel method. So what could you tell somebody if you're teaching them this? Yeah, so think of it as just doing a cartwheel, and then go to the next slide. Good. And here's where you get to pick a problem and you need to show an example. So you need to be clear communication, right? Good, clear communication. You need to be thinking out loud, right? Thinking out loud. Why are you putting the numbers where you're putting them? What are you doing? Why do we do this?
I really think that the technology has opened up a bigger chance for collaboration, not only between students, but also between students and the teacher, and also with parents. So I really think the kids enjoy working with each other and bouncing ideas off of each other. And they're really the greatest teachers to teach each other. A lot of times a student is more receptive if they hear it from a peer rather than another adult. So I think that's something really powerful that technology has allowed me to capture.
I like working with partners because you can see some other strategies of working out problems.
So now that you've solved it with one way, I want you to try a second strategy. Do you remember what? I think that technology has really allowed my students to take ownership of their learning, and it allows every child to have a voice all at one time. It has become just a natural extension of their learning, where they can incorporate things that we're already doing in class, but take it a step further by becoming the teacher and being able to express with clear communication how to solve problems. So far, students seem to be really liking using the iPads. It's something that they really look forward to when we pull the iPads out to work with, and I've gotten really great feedback from it so far. They seem to enjoy it.
I like using iPads in math because we have lots of choices. I like using the iPads in math and explain everything, because if you forget something, Ms. Craun always has it posted on the website and you can go back there and look.
I like using the iPads because it's more fun to do it on the iPad than to just draw it out on paper.
Another challenge that has come about with this new conceptual math is a lot of questions and maybe some confusion from parents. Often parents have learned, the specific steps to an algorithm and learn just to memorize those steps. So when we're showing this alternative way where you're really forcing students to understand the mathematics behind those steps, it brings up a lot of questions. And that's another place where we really integrate a lot of technology to have open communication with parents. I put tutorials on my website and make them available to students and parents to see live examples of these new strategies so that they can go on there and almost, learn themselves as well.
Students can go to our 4th grade website and navigate through by going to Math, clicking on Fractions, and then by scrolling down, they can find ways to look at fractions on a number line. They can look at fraction games and videos, different activities for finding equivalent fractions, and activities for changing improper fractions to mixed numbers and mixed numbers back to improper fractions. On our Kid Blog site, students have a way to write about many of the different things that we are doing in math and sharing with others how they feel about it. Some of the students have chosen to write tutorials helping students with a long division problem. Some of them have chosen to write about which long division method they find works best for them. Or they were given the choice to write about anything. And as you can see, some chose to write about adding, some chose to write about geometry, And then they're also able to comment on their classmates' posts to say, you know, this was helpful, thanks so much, or, you know, that was a great job.
You want to go to Kid Blog, and you're going to want to get a blank piece, like a new draft. Doesn't have to be blank, you can have words. Then you're going to click on this new tab, this little thingy right here. Oh, I got one right here. So then you're going to put in anything, like, I'm going to put in box, not block. Box method. It doesn't matter if you spell it wrong, it will correct you. Then you're gonna go to images. You get all these pictures. I'm going to choose. Oh, here it is. This one. And as you can see, the 80 and the 10, and the 5 and the 7, and then other numbers. Then you're gonna click these 3 lines. You're gonna click copy. Go to Kid Blog again. Click on the 3 lines again. Click paste, and you have the whole entire thing. But you might want to go a bit smaller if you want to have less of the page taken up.